TOC.com in case you would like to monitor it when you're not watching us. So it was a really heated race for the gubernatorial race on the Republican side, with plenty of commercials of them attacking each other. And those will actually disappear soon because Republicans will choose their candidate today. So Casey Cagle is the first candidate. He currently serves as the lieutenant governor for the state of Georgia. He's a former state senator, and he's credited with creating the College and Career Academy Network. Cagle's watch party is tonight in Atlanta. Brian Kemp is the second Republican candidate for governor right now. Kemp currently serves as Georgia's Secretary of State. He is a former state senator. He's also endorsed by President Donald Trump, who said, quote, Brian is tough on crime, strong on the border and illegal immigration. Kemp's watch party is in Athens, Georgia. And the man that wins the Republican race for governor will face off against Democrat Stacey Abrams in November. During the primary, Abrams got more than 70% of the vote over her competitor, Stacey Evans. If Stacey Abrams wins the governor's race, she will become the first female governor of the state of Georgia and the first black female governor in the entire country. So most of these races statewide and locally that we're looking at are Republicans. So you might think that Democrats have their gubernatorial candidates elected, that they're not holding any watch parties right now to focus on the results of specific Republican races. And we found out that's actually not true. So one big statewide race that Democrats are watching for is the state school superintendent Democratic runoff between Sid Chapman and Otha Thornton. In fact, WTOC reporter Harley Strickland joins us live at Rachel Sports Bar in Savannah. Harley, one of those candidates is actually there.
That's right, Romney. I'm here at the Democratic Watch Party, and people are coming in because those polls are closing and the crowd is building. And one of those candidates you just mentioned, one of those Democratic candidates that is in the runoff for that state school superintendent, is here tonight because he's from the area and he wanted to join all his friends and supporters here at the Watch Party, and that is Otha Thornton. And he's here with me tonight. You're here in your, not really your hometown, but the area that you know best, and with your friends. Kind of tell us what this means for you to have your watch party here.
Well, again, as a child, I was here in Savannah. My dad attended Savannah State here, and I was stationed here as a captain at Hunter. So it's really great to have friends and family around as we get ready to hopefully win tonight.
And you were speaking to me earlier about how important the school system is to you. Kind of tell me in a nutshell what it means to you to be in this race and the school system.
Well, I have extensive experience as a child advocate, as national PTA president, and in saying that, I've been working for children for decades, and I want to make sure that we can bring the best for our kids here in the state of Georgia, and we can do that here.
And if you do win the runoff and say you are elected even, what would you do for the state of Georgia?
Well, first I'll address some of the biggest challenges we have here. Poverty is one of the biggest challenges in Georgia. Providing wraparound services for our children, providing safe schools for our children, and also ensure that we do the proper funding here in Georgia. We have funds in Georgia. It's a matter of us allocating them correctly and making sure we're taking care of business as far as prioritizing the funding.
Well, we are wishing you the best tonight, and of course we will be keeping up with Otha throughout the night. And we'll also be watching those Republicans run off here tonight, and who will be being in that runoff tonight, who will win and then face Stacey Abrams coming up in November. They're also keeping a close watch on that race just to see who the candidate will be that is going against her. But for now, I'm live in Savannah. Harley Strickland, WTOC News.
Thank you so much, Harley. We also have a live look at Bowtie Barbecue. Why? It's not because we're hungry. It's because WTOC's Danielle Lewan is there. That is where Republicans are having a watch party tonight. We will have more with her coming up in the 8:30 digital newscast because, of course, we want to be fair and get both sides. There's a lot of you, again, weighing in on Facebook saying who you think should win for the governor's race. So we certainly appreciate your comments on our social media pages. And here locally, one of the big races we are watching in Savannah is the Savannah-Chatham County School Board President race. 5 candidates chased after the spot, but after the May primary, it's now down to 2. Voters will need to decide between Joe Buck, and Betty Morgan. The current school board president, Jolene Byrne, said she was finished after just one term. Byrne made the announcement in February during an investigation about whether or not the school board is violating accreditation policies and standards. And giving her reasoning on her Facebook post, she cites poor politics and a deteriorating relationship with school administrators as two big problems. Now, keep in mind, we also have a lot more that we're following. Again, for the full rundown, we're not going to list all of them because there are so many. You can also list your questions and comments. I'm seeing people saying hello, hello, and who they want. So Samantha Baking saying Joe Buck for the win. Kemp going to take it all, plus the governor's mansion. All right, so thank you guys so much for your comments. Keep in mind, this is what we are monitoring. We also have various people making their phone calls in the newsroom. This is on our homepage, WTOC.com. So you can scroll down, and you'll see, of course, at the very top, the GOP runoff. 1% of precincts reporting so far, so keep in mind these numbers will change. Some of them, if you see a lot of zeros, it's because no precincts have fully reported their numbers yet. But the very top, the really big races, governor, lieutenant governor, school superintendent, secretary of state, we have some early numbers. Just keep in mind it's low, 2,000 people, 1,500 people. So you'll see that number start to really fluctuate over the next couple of hours as even more precincts start to report. And as soon as we get really close to 100%, that's when we will have a very clear indication of who will win these various seats. So thank you so much for sticking with me. We'll be back at 8:30 with even more on the local and statewide races. Again, you can always tune in online at WTOC.com and all of our digital platforms. See you later.